Hey guys, we're back, and we're gonna finish painting this old farmer up. And I'm gonna start here with some white. Uh, I take this is a folk art winter white. It could be any kind of white, and I just put a few drops of that in, and put me just a little dab of water in, because I want that white to be as white as it can be. And I'm going to come across here and paint this part of the hat. And it doesn't have to be opaque white. It can just be a shade of white. But if you wanted a thicker white, you could go ahead and add some more paint. That's basically right there what I use. I mean, you can look at it. It has a white tint, but this is the regular wood color, so you have colored the wood. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, since I'm using the white, I'm going to come in with a smaller brush, and I'm going to get in here and paint the whites of these eyes. So, take my little brush here, little detail brush, come in and paint across the eye, even where I've got it drawn in. You don't need a whole lot to make it look white in there. Just a little bit. Yeah, like that right there. Now, I am going to take my hair dryer and dry those parts of the whites of the eyes. So I can paint the pupils. And that should do it right there. Now, I'm going to take that small brush again. I'm going to reach over here. Now, on this, so this is the full strength. It's not liquid. It's the at the full strength. I'm going to put my tip end of my brush in like that. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paint these pupils of these eyes. There's one. And then I'll go and do eye number 2. And see, when you added that black in there, it really did makes it shine, or pop out, rather, what I'm trying to say. Now, I am going to take the hair dryer again and come in here, and I'm going to dry that black I just put in there, because I'm going to put some little reflection dots on the black with a toothpick. You want to make sure you get these things pretty dry. And to be able to tell if it's dry or not, you take your finger, go in, press on it, if it doesn't come out black, you've got it dry. Now, I'm taking a toothpick right here like this, and I'm going to go get some of this tube white, titanium white. That's what this is. I'll take my tip end of my toothpick, come in here, and cover the very end of my toothpick like that. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to put me a little dot right here and one right there. And that's the little reflection, white reflection in the eye. Okay, now I'm going to wipe the white off my toothpick because I use those. And I am going to go in now, and once again I'm going to dry this eye area. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to paint the hair and the shoes. I'm going to use I like to use a burnt sienna here. And this is Deco Art here, Americana. I've got all different kinds of paints. And then we do just like we did in just 3 drops of paint. And then I'll take my dipper, put in a little in like that. 1, 2. That should be it right there. And then get it all stirred up. You want to make sure you get that paint stirred up because you don't want it to glob up on you. Okay, then I come in here and I start painting the sideburn area. Like that. Around, do this here. I like using burnt sienna for hair. It just looks good, I think. Alright, then I'm going to paint the back of the hair. Let's not forget this little piece right in here. This will be the last video on this old farmer here, and I had planned on my next project. I think I'm going to do I got a cowboy I did from a bandsaw blank. I actually taught that one at the pre-class in Lebanon, Tennessee, and I think I'm going to do it for my next project. I do also have a Santa I'm going to do closer to Christmas that I did also in the pre-class. But now, that is pretty good. I don't think I'm going to need another coat on that, so I'm going to come down here now. And I'm going to come in here and get these old shoes. And see, you can see the grain through there. And that's what I like, is to see my grain on the wood. And I'll paint the top of this one. Now, when I'm actually finished painting this, then I'm going to go, I'm going to shut the camera off, and I'm going to put one of my finishes on, and when I come back, I'll have it dried, and then I'll do another one, and I'll show you what I use and the brushes and that type of thing. Okay, I'm gonna right now. That's pretty much where I want it. I'm gonna put one more coat of white across here, I think, just while I'm in here. You let it dry a little bit, and then you can come back in and make it just a little bit darker or richer colored white. Yeah, that's where I want that to look like. All right, now let's I'd like to now, before I highlight the cheeks and the lips and the ears, I want to go in and I'm going to do my buttons. And I generally use, this is a Folk Art metallic Inca gold, or just any kind of metallic gold. And I use it full strength. And I'll go in and let's see, I'm going to put I've got one brush that I use for my metallic paint, and I don't put it in my waters, because you do that and you get metallic particles in your water, and it doesn't make your paint look very good when you don't want it to look metallic. I'll get this little button in. It's kind of hard to see. And I'll put me a button right here. Well, I'm going to have to go over. What I'm going to do, I'm going to shake this one up. I got to add some water in here. Sometimes and I'll shake this up and get me a thicker. Well, let me see here. Let me shake it up just a little bit more. Now there, I got a good thick coat on that now. All right, that's all the button work I have. Now before I go any further, I'm going to also take my hair dryer, and I'll blow that dry. Just so when I get my fingers on it, it won't come off on my fingers. Okay. Let's see. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of shading on his cheeks and his lips, and what I use on that, this is a tomato red, and I generally use it, or just any kind of red, but I'll dip my brush in it like this, just a little bit, put it on my palette. I won't need any more than that. And then I'm going to take some water and dilute that down to a really light wash. So I'll reach in there and say, Peyton, that's still probably a little thick. Let me get in here and get a little bit more. Now, I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to come around my lip area. It's still a little too bright. And I go up underneath the eyelids, or the bags of the eyes, and right here at the cheek area, and across the nose like that. Just make him look a little sunburned or something. Then you can take it and apply it right around here on your ear. How we doing time-wise, Peyton?
Got about 10 minutes.
Okay, well, right now, basically that's all the color I put in my face. But what I'd like to do now, I'm going to shut the camera off, and then I'm going to go in and apply one coat and let it dry a little bit, and then I'll put another coat on, and you'll see how I do it. So, Peyton, if you can cut the camera off, that'd be great. Hey everybody, we're back. I went ahead and put my wood sealer on, and if you noticed, it darkened my colors all over. And I'm going to show you what I use. This is a Minwax wood finish. It says penetrating stain, semi-transparent, natural 209. It's clear as can be. And I got one coat on there right now, and I'm just going to show you how I brush it on. And you can buy smaller cans of this, but I generally, as much as I paint, I get the bigger can. But I go in and I apply another coat. This is my second coat. And I usually do probably 3 to 4 coats of this, and eventually you'll start getting a little sheen on it. And I'll put it on like this, and you have to let it sit and dry for about 10 to 15 minutes. And each coat that you put on it kind of enriches your colors. And I can't speed up the drying process, but I can show you. I use brushes like this all the time. Let me set it right here, Peyton, and I'll do the shoes. But now take a look at that, Peyton. And I usually I use these shop towels right here. They really absorb a lot. And now on this, I'll let that coat dry for about 10 minutes, and then, or 15, and then if there's any excess on it, I'll go in and dab it off with my towel. And then I do the same 2 more times. Now, when you're finished, you can take a satin polyurethane spray, and you can spray it just to give it a little bit more finished look. Sometimes I do that, and sometimes I don't. But anyway, that's pretty much done. I got to let it dry. Now, you can take this stuff and you can put it in a plate, and then you can get some golden oak stain and put a little dab on your brush and mix that up together and have a light antique wash, and you can wash it over. I do that occasionally too, but I'm not going to do it on this one. Now with that, guys, that's pretty much finished. He's just got to dry, and I got to put some more coats on him till I like the way he looks. But that stuff, it enriches the colors, and it also it starts building up, and you start to get a little sheen. Now, I had talked earlier about what I was going to do for the next project, and I said I did a cowboy at the pre-class in Lebanon, Tennessee. Well, this right here is the cowboy that I want to do. I'm going to cut it out on a bandsaw. I've got the pattern. And this right here, what I did with this is the same process on here. I probably got about maybe four coats of this stuff here on, and then I took a little bit of the satin spray and sprayed on it just to give it. You can see the sheen on it. Has a little. You don't want a whole lot, but anyway, that's the project we're going to do next. But anyway, guys, with that, the old Grumpy Farmer is pretty much finished, and I hope you enjoyed it. And next video, we're going to get that cowboy going. So with that, happy carving to everyone, and we'll see you later. Bye.